Well, as you guys probably guessed by the title of the video and by the thumbnail, I kind of dicked up my truck today. Not too terribly happy about it. But, I'll just go on and I'll tell you a little bit about what happened, and then I'll show you the damage. I was over at my parents' place today, was shoveling their driveway for them, as we had about a foot of snowfall overnight. So I went over to my parents, went to go shovel their driveway for them, double car driveway. And I parked in front of the house. Their house is right on a corner lot. And I parked right on the side of the road in front of their house, shoveled the driveway, and when I went to go leave, hopped back in the truck, put it in gear, and their street hasn't been plowed yet. It's not a very busy street, so being a two-wheel drive truck, crew cab, no weight in the bed at all. I got a couple of concrete bricks back there, but what, no more than 200, maybe 300 pounds of weight. And put it in gear and started to crawl forward, and the truck started getting stuck. So I gave her a little bit more gas, and it kind of just dug itself down, and it just started spinning the tires on the ice. So I gave it a little bit more gas. Back end of the truck kind of kicked out towards the gutter, and at that point my back end had slid so close to the stop sign that if I were to stop and back up, I would have been backing up into their bushes, into the shrubs that are right along the street side, or risk my front end sliding towards the right and smacking a door or a fender on a stop sign, which I think right now would have been a better option. I could have gone and gotten a replacement panel from a junkyard for cheap, rattle-canned it red, and called it good. Well, I ended up smacking the truck box and put a really nasty dent into her. So we'll go out, show you some of the damage. I did pop out the dent a bit, actually quite a bit, but throughout this, as I'm showing the damage, I'll be posting little small square pictures of it, probably somewhere around in this area of your screen. No, probably around here, so you can see it. So we'll head out there and I'll show you the damage. So the back of the truck here, I'm sure you can kind of see the damage all along there. So it's pretty creased up. The stop sign had actually hit right here, pushed this panel in, and also snagged right down here and pretty much screwed up all the paint here. So it's not a perfect truck box, as you can see. There's obviously rust and stuff on it anyways, so I'm upset the fact that that was the only bit of damage at the time. Now I have all this. Smacked the tail light right here, busted up this chrome trim ring here, busted this up, kind of threw the box out of a line here, so kind of upset with that. But done some pricing out about what I'm going to do to fix it. As you can see, this truck box also isn't in great shape, this side. There's a decent rust hole there, starting to rust pretty good down there, a couple of decent nicks and dings in it. Don't know if you can see in here because all the crap I have back here, but it's starting to rust in the floor on the wheel well. The truck box itself is pretty beat up, so it could use a replacement anyways. Doors are okay, other than that. I have no carpet, non-factory seats, no headliner, dash is hacked. Fenders are in okay shape. They're starting to rust as well, though. There's actually quite a bit of Bondo and body filler over it. Need new trim around the grill area here anyways. Need a new grill. So yeah, hop back in the truck and we'll talk about what I'm going to do to fix all this. So I'll flip the camera around and we'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, let's try and focus that better. If that'll focus. Focus. No? Okay. I was hoping that would focus a little better. So as you can see, the damage there, pretty bad. It's right along that fold right in the middle of the body line there. I'll never get that perfect again. So best option is to just replace that bedside. Now there's a few options I can do with that. I can go to a junkyard, try and find one that's straight, unbolt it, throw it onto this one. These box sides, all they do, there's a few bolts holding them at the front, a few bolts along the bottom holding them on, and then one weld spot at the very back of the box by the tailgate. They have to cut out about an inch, 2 inches long at most. Cut that weld out, bolt the new panel on. Easy done. Then I'd have to paint it, which, if I'm going to go through the effort to unbolt the box, cut all the urethane glue holding it on, and cut that weld out, I'd rather replace it with a brand new one. A brand new bedside from LMC Truck is about $400. I actually think it's what, $350 American. So plus shipping and stuff to Canada, currency exchange rate, stuff like that. I'm looking at about $400 for the box side. If I'm going with that box side, then I'm going to end up replacing the other box side. So $800 now. I don't want to just replace the box sides and leave the tailgate or the bed, the truck bed, the floor, the way it is. So I'll go for a new tailgate, new bed. I'm in it for, well, what is that? About $2,000 just to do the whole truck bed. So if I'm doing the truck bed, I'm gonna get new doors, new front fenders, a new hood because it's got some dents in it. So, because there's no point in just replacing the truck box and have it nice and straight and clean, and not have the rest of the truck that way. So replace all that. After all the sheet metal, all the trim for the exterior and stuff, also a new glass because all my windows are, they're factory, they're pitted, they're scratched, so replace them all. New interior, I think I said door panels, the handle, window crank, stuff like that. Basically the cosmetics, the stuff you see. For all that, I'm in it for, what is it, about 10 grand already. Actually, no, I think it's only around 7 grand for that, Canadian. So, if I do all that, why do I want to leave my interior looking beat up, abused, and trashed? So, with that, I'm going to order a new dash because it's cracked. And there's a hole in it, actually a big hole, some smaller holes and stuff. The lower dash, I'm going to, well, probably not going to replace it, but I'm going to get a new ashtray cover because that got busted out. New trim bezel around here, around the gauges, along with all new gauges, the new circuit board, all that stuff is going to be replaced. I'm also going to get a patch panel for the lower part of the dash where the stereo sits. As before I had the truck, that got chopped up and somebody threw an aftermarket radio into it. I don't like that. I'd prefer to have the factory looking turn knob, few push button radio. LMC also sells a retro kit, which it looks like a factory radio with some nice chrome accessories to it, but it has AM, FM along with auxiliary input, so I can run a USB jack to it. I can throw a USB thumb drive into the back of it, or an auxiliary cord to my iPod or my phone or whatever. I'm also going to end up then getting seats from a junkyard for the front here to put the factory bench back in. I'm also going to order a reupholstery kit for the rear seat and for the front seat. So I'm going to reupholster the seats then. Go probably black seats. Or gray, probably gray seats. As for the floor, there's no carpet. Right now what's in here is actually a little bit of household carpet just to keep my feet a little warm while driving in the winter. So I'm going to get sound dampening underlay along with, well, I think the heat barrier or heat shield goes on first, and then the sound dampening underlay, and then the carpet. If I'm going to put carpet in, I do need all the trim that goes around to hold the carpet on. If I'm going all that, I'm also going to get all the trim that goes around, you know, this stuff here and the roof and stuff that holds the headliner on, because I'm also going to get a headliner. Going all that route, while everything else about the truck is going to be pretty much the way I'd like it looking, but it's still going to have an old worn out engine, still going to have an old rusting out muffler and exhaust piping on it, so I'm going to replace those. Probably throw in a crate engine, 350 from GM.com. It's a turnkey kit, everything on there ready to go, all the accessories. All I need is exhaust headers. That's about $7,700 or $7,500 as well. So now I'm in it for about $24,000, somewhere around there. So I'm also going to get all new chrome trim, you know, mirrors, door handles, bumpers, new grill, and I'm going to go with that billet grill across the whole thing. If I'm going that route, the whole front end's going to be torn apart. I've got the panels on the box side off. I might as well redo the suspension. I do have a cracked leaf spring that's been repaired, but if the box sides and everything is off, and open frame, and the front fenders are off, easy access to all the suspension. So redo all the suspension, new leafs in the rear, new control arms up front, so they have the bushings and all that in there, the new ball joints. I'm going to replace the coil springs as well while I'm at it then. And I'm going to end up doing a drop kit from LMC. It's a 4.5-inch drop up front, 6-inch drop out rear. The drop in the rear is actually done via an axle flip kit, and that's about $400 or $500 for the whole suspension setup and stuff. And then, once that's all done, there's really going to be no Bondo on the body. The only bits that are going to have a little bit of Bondo is on the roof, right near the middle, where when this was its fire truck back in its day, there was 2 CB antennas, or 2 radio antennas on the roof. So those have a little bit of Bondo in them, just to cover up the hole. Probably dig that out, weld in a little piece of patch metal, smooth it out, put a little bit of glazing putty over it, but other than that, those will be the only 2 spots with Bondo. Also the rear window. It could use replacing. It's old, it's worn out. If all the glass in the truck is replaced, might as well do the back window. Well, LMC sells a conversion kit that makes it a power window, and it rolls down behind the back seat like a limousine window does. Which, kind of nice. I could, you know, replace it with just a regular sliding window, because that's only about $150, $200. The limo window is somewhere around the range of $700 or $800. If that's all done, I might as well, it's going to need a paint job regardless. So do the paint job on it. That's going to be done professionally. I'm not going to attempt that myself, because I'd rather not screw it up. If I'm dumping, you know, $25,000 into this truck, I'd rather a shop do the paint work and the finishing touches and stuff on it for me. So, do I have the cash for that? No, not at all. That's probably something that's going to happen 9-10 years down the road with this truck. So, you know, first I got to get out of debt, and then I want to get a second vehicle. Right now, this truck is the only vehicle between me and my wife. So we need a second vehicle, so I'd probably finance another one, or finance a vehicle once we're out of debt. Get a down payment on a house. And then once I have a down payment on the house, maybe throw an extra $40,000 onto the line of credit, or onto the mortgage, so that I could get everything for this truck, work on this truck, and still be able to buy another vehicle, you know, a Suburban or a single cab truck, something like that, that I can drive around while this thing gets worked on, and have a reliable winter beater on the side for when this thing is done. As for that box side and what I'm going to do for it right away, well, I pounded out the dent a bit. Come springtime, I'm going to take out the tail light and the housing, and I'm going to straighten that dent even more. And then I'm going to grind it down to bare metal, and unfortunately use probably a lot of body filler on that just to get it looking half decent again. So, and then probably just rattle can the truck, or buy some Tremclad or something and spray the truck with a gallon of Tremclad, just to give it, you know, one full color and call it good. So, late spring, early summer, we'll have some videos out on how to do some body work, and you know, how to paint the vehicle, how to prep it and stuff. Because it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be backyard bodywork, backyard paint job. It'll be some interesting footage. But just kind of wanted to throw a video out there of what happened, what my plans are for down the road. Like I said, that's probably not for another 10 years at the least. I'm hoping 8 to 10 years I can start working on this truck to actually restore it. It's pretty much going to look like a factory, you know, factory off the showroom floor. Mine is basically a 5.6 drop or a 4.5, 6 drop, and a different grill. Other than that, it's going to, you know, hoping to make it look like a clean build. Hope. So that's everything. If you guys enjoyed this video, I ask you to give it a thumbs up, comment below, and tell me, let me know what you thought or what you'd like to see. And if you want to see more videos, I ask that you hit that subscribe button. Probably somewhere right around here will be a subscribe button. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.